Akashi.
아저씨 이게 뭐야? 안녕.
십니까?
So today we just finished Running Man episode 453, and it is finding
Awesome episode.
finding the fake grandchildren. So the Running Man members, they start off at this, we're just gonna say it, this Samsung building with all these like cool gadgets,
Real cool stuff.
rotating TV and everything. So they start off over there. They're supposed to go run around, and there are 8 jobs out there that they're supposed to go find. So whenever you find a sticker and you stick it on yourself, or you can stick it on someone else, that becomes you for the day. And then if you end up with 2, you play rock, paper, scissors with the member who doesn't have it. And then if you win, you get to pick whichever one they get. If they win, they get to pick whichever one they get. And so they did all that, ran around, played, sticking it on each other and everything.
Yes.
And then we end up with Kong Soon being the eldest son of the 8 grandchildren, being the eldest, and he is studying to go to the take the bar exam. Sesep is second, and he's a lawyer. And then what was it? It was Sukjin, who was a top star idol, and then it was Somin, who was a wrestler. Somin's a guy. And then it was Jae-suk, who was a sister, who was a daughter, but she was a fortune teller. And then it was Haha, the 6th one. He was a zookeeper. And it was Ji-hyu, a girl trying to become an idol, still in training. And Kim Ja-kun was the maknae, and he was an 8th grader, middle schooler.
Yeah.
So the 8 of them get a message from their grandparents saying that their grandparents has traveled the world for a long time, and now their grandparents are back and would love to see their grandchildren. So they go and visit their grandchildren. So the 8 of them get there, and then they meet their grandparents, which was Im Soo-young and Lee Sang-yup, as the guests for today's episode. And before they started, Sung Yoo-min, we said that there's only 5 of them who are the real grandchildren, while 3 of them are fake grandchildren. Therefore, the missions are to find the fake grandchildren. And there are 3 of them. And throughout playing these games, they get split up into Team Harmony and Team Harboji, and they get to win hints on who is the real one, but who is the real ones, who are the fake ones. But at the same time, there's also the most beloved grandchildren of the grandparents, meaning one of them is the one that the grandparents love the most, and that one cannot be eliminated, has to last until the end, and that one knows 2 of the fake grandchildren.
Yes. So the whole point, as you guys remember, that the whole point of this stuff that the Running Man's been doing is for their big Running Man family concert, in a way,
Yeah.
the project, right? So the winners of the whole point of this episode was to determine which 2 members were going to have to perform a duo performance for the concert. Now, if whichever member loses, or members who lose have to perform regardless. If not, if the members win, then they don't have to perform. And so that was supposedly the treasure that the grandparents was bringing back for their grandchildren, was an exempt ticket from having to do the performance.
Yeah.
Now, the members, they played a couple of games. They only showed, I think, 3.
2, no, it was only 2.
Yeah, they only showed 2 because those 2 were the funniest, and they were extremely long.
They were extremely long. The members were having like the most difficult time, like getting things straight. They were arguing, and they were just like doing a lot of dumb stuff.
And plus, like, the whole thing is, because there's more than one fake, the members were very suspicious of everybody. So they kept wanting to try and figure out on the fly who were the fake grandchildren.
Yeah, so like they played, like the first game was Kung Kung Tan, and it was just chain words to leading to the last word being of a dish. And like the first round, Jae-soo kept getting suspicious, and then it was Suk-jin, and then Suk-jin started blaming Sep-sep and So-min when they're like, we didn't say a single word, and you kept making wrong stuff, and then it ended up being like, you know, Kim Jong-kook and Ji-hyo started stuttering, Soo-yeon started stuttering, and all these stuff like that. So, and then they kept coming up with words that like don't exist, and I'm the PD, I like calling him Iron. He kept like this not proving it when they're trying to like, you know, as long as it makes sense. Because as you guys know, back then in the Real Hyunjin episode, when they have to go buy groceries, come back and they change that word, it was so hard that they started faking it up like scary kimchi, very beautiful radish, cha, green onion,
cha, pa.
Yeah, all these things. So they started doing that, but Iron Man didn't like approve it, and they had to so it kept going on, and then the PD took it down a notch to make it easier. They still didn't pass, and they kept going on and on and on, and eventually Team Harmony wins, which is Soo-young, Kim Jong-kook, Jae-soo, Haha, and Ji-hyo. And you get to pick who, Harmony gets to pick one of them who will receive the hint, and ended up being Haha, who is the one who's going to receive the hint. And the hint that Haha got was there was the fake grandchildren. There's 2 men and 1 woman. So
right, and so if you guys remember, the members are picking out their roles for the episode. So it's not men and women in terms of the actual members, but men and women in terms of the roles they were playing.
Yeah, so like we have like So-min, who was a guy. We keep forgetting that she's a guy.
Yeah.
Because she's a wrestler. And then we have like
Jae-soo, Kim Jong-kook, Suk-jin.
Yeah.
They were all women. Yeah. So it was based off of the actual roles instead. So that, I mean, we had to keep like reminding ourselves that they were women and she was a man, because we would get confused.
Like there was this part and they were like, oh, it's So-min, but we're like, no, she's a man, she's not a girl.
So the members, after completing the first mission, they did complete some more, and then they went and they just showed the later one.
Yeah,
and it was kind of like
that bottle.
Yeah, so
there's a board with like a certain amount of letters.
Oh.
And then it's like 1 through 6 or 1 through 8, and they're split up into teams. The thing is, when you lose, you guys can swap members on purpose to see which one is actually, you know, the real one, the fake ones. So we end up getting Jae-soo and Suk-jin swapping team, and then what they do is you're gonna have to try to guess that board letter. But the thing is, you're playing what's that game, that cup game?
You know, guys, like they do magic, they do tricks and stuff. They put a coin inside of a cup and swap it around, and they try to guess which one.
Yeah,
so the members are doing that.
But you're supposed to distract the other, your opposing team by asking them questions, and they're supposed to answer. And if you ask too much question, you get hit on the hammer. If you don't answer, you get hit. And then eventually you do rock, paper, scissors. Who wins get to pick. And if the person who finds the cap under the cup, and then they get to pick which number to remove from the sentence, the word, and you're going to have to try to guess it. So they do that, and like the first round was Jae-soo versus Suk-jin, and what is it? Was it Jae-soo who got it right?
Yeah. So Jae-soo was switching his around, and then Suk-jin was doing it too. But then Suk-jin knocked his over and exposed his cap. So the moment he covered it and moved it to the center, they blew the whistle to stop. And so Jae-soo obviously, you know, had clear cut eyes to see where it was at, so he won the first round, and he was able. They asked for I think it was 1 and 8.
1 and 6, and it was E and King, and like Sef-sen like understood it wrong, and Sef-sen started like making up a word, and Kim Jong-kook was like, "Yeah, you idiot, 멍청아." That's the beginning and the ending of whatever that word is. It does not mean that you're supposed to like, you know, mix it up and create a own word. It's just like, oh, like I just got it. And they thought it was Lee Kwang-soo, but In Soo-yeon realized Lee Pyong-hoon, New World, the movie, but Ji-hoo goes, 아니야, I was in that movie, and he didn't star in there, and it was a different guy. And so Jae-soo, they guessed it wrong. They guessed it Lee Kwang-soo with something else, and then the other team gets to guess, and they got it right. So the team Harmony won that one. And then the second round went to Seb and Ji-hoo going against each other. And then Kwang-soo got very upset. As you guys know, in the beginning, they were talking about the coffee truck. Ji-hoo actually sent a coffee truck to Juno for his drama confession. And Kim Ji-kuk brought it up, and Kwang-soo have never received one from her. So it's like this argument going on, and Kwang-soo was holding grudges, so Kwang-soo kept hitting her.
Beat her in the head.
And then
he apologized though.
Yeah, he apologized every time he hits her. And then eventually Seb was able to guess it right for that one. And then it has something to do with A Better Tomorrow.
Yeah. With
Chong Yun-fat and his toothpick. And then so Somin gets it right for that one. And then the last round was Soo-young versus Somin, and their topic was about Sangyu. Because like you're supposed to ask questions to each other so you can like disturb them from moving the cups around. And so
all they did was talk about Sangyu.
Do you have a boyfriend?
They
no.
killed him.
Do you like Sangyu? 아니요. Do you think Sangyu would have a chance if he asked you out? Never. And all this stuff like that. And then the wording came out, and then like it was someone's team who has to guess, and like Sukjan stupidly gave it away. The first one was cha and something like that, so it was ki-chang, kind of like the train, and Sukjan started saying ki-chang, and they're like, oh, that's it.
Hey, I don't blame him, because sometimes when you do it and it comes to you. And he was just trying to solve it, but then it just so happened that it wasn't their turn. And
then like Kim Ji-kook was just like, why'd you do that? So the team Harboji won the hint, and it was up to Kwang-soo and Somin, and Sangyu ended up giving the hint to Somin instead.
Yes.
And that's when it got revealed to us that Kwang-soo was picked to be the most beloved grandchildren from the beginning. So he's our most beloved grandchildren for this episode, and he was told immediately from the beginning who are the true fake grandchildren. But the thing is, he cannot reveal that out to anyone, because once he's revealed it out, these two fake ones know who he is now. They are given the hint that it is him, and he knows who they are. They could come after him.
Right, so they can come in. So
yeah.
The last mission was name tag ripping. It was, but with a little twist. They had to find their key items first in order for them to go and start eliminating other people. Until then, you can't.
Yep.
Now, if you eliminate the most beloved grandson, it's an automatic win for the fakes. But if you eliminate the fake grandchildren, then it is an automatic win for the real grandchildren and the most beloved. So
yeah.
The keys are the fake grandchildren and the most beloved. And so the members, there were clues around, and they had to go find them. In order for them to start eliminating people, they had to find their item. But there was a twist. There is a guest room in which 3 members can go and stay inside. Now, if all 3 of those members that are inside the guest room are real grandchildren,
a beautiful lullaby play.
A beautiful lullaby will play. But if one of them's a fake, a weird one will play.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's no fighting to get into the guest room. There's an entrance door gate into the then the house into the guest room. So the first 3 that enters it, there's a security guard that actually blocks, so the rest cannot go in, and only the 3 that enter can go in.
I like that idea. I think they should continue to do that idea, because
it stops the fighting.
It makes it where the members, one, they kind of are able to stay back and brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
But 2, it adds that extra layer of, there is a definitive safe zone.
Yeah.
But it's not just a safe zone for you to hide. It's a safe zone for you to have to do something so that they can't eliminate you while you're trying to complete that
Yeah,
task.
because as you guys can see in the past, they don't do that, and how disgusting they get and how bad they play. They'll like, the whole getting your pillow. They would toss each other's pillows out,
Yeah.
push each other out of the way, bite each other and do all these things.
Right.
So, I mean, those are funny stuff, but I mean, it does get out of hand sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So the fact,
always gets out of hand.
and like a thing is because where they're filming at, it's actually like an art village where it's like a tour place. So they can't really do that because they're gonna destroy those doors now
Yeah.
because they're paper wooden doors.
Right.
So
So
it's nice that they did that.
obviously we know at this point that Kwon Soo is the most beloved, and he knows 2 of the 3 fake ones. So the members, they kind of go around trying to find their items. Then it really starts cranking up when the first guest room gets opened, and the 3 members that went in were Jae-suk, Se-chan, and
Suyang.
no, it was
Suyang.
Sang-yu.
No, Suyang. Sangyu went with Kwon Soo and Jae-soo.
No.
Yeah, Sangyu went.
Oh, that's right.
And Jae-soo goes, "You guys are here. I'm Harabaji." Yeah, so it was Jae-soo, Se and
No,
Suyang.
that's why he didn't say he was Habuji.
바보야.
He revealed it.
아저씨 just realized.
No wonder he didn't say it, because he totally forgot. I am supposed to be the grandfather.
Yeah, so 아저씨 totally forgot, which is what the hell is going on. But the first guest rooms were Jae-soo, Se and Suyang. But yes, the first guest room that opened up was Jae-suk, Se and Suyang that went. And then so the 3 of them went in there, and the song still played really bad. So they started like tripping out, and then they're like, it's either Se or Jae-suk, because Suyang is grandma. So they started wandering around, and then like all these things, trying to figure out hints and stuff like that. And Suk-jin got a hint. I forgot what his hint was.
His hint was something about
he's not an actor.
Yeah.
The fake
the fake grandchild is not an actor.
Yeah. So he immediately went and eliminated Se, and the Se didn't have anything in the back of Se's name tag. So they're like, oh, it's Jae-soo.
I don't get how he thought that. That clue.
He thought it between the 3 of them.
That's so dumb, though.
Yeah, that's why like they were like.
Sip is as much of an actor as Jae-suk.
That's why they're.
They're not actors.
That's why they're kind of like Suk-jin like making dumb decisions.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
And then so like Jae-suk knew that they were gonna come after Jae-suk, so Jae-suk started running around, and Jae-suk got like 2 hints, and Jae-suk came after Ji-hyo, and he ripped Ji-hyo's name tag, and there was nothing on there. So Jae-suk eliminates Ji-hyo, and just when Jae-suk eliminates Ji-hyo, he runs away from the rest of them because they're trying to catch him now. And just when he's running, they announce that the guest house has opened. He runs straight into the guest house with Kwon Soo and Sung-yu right behind him. And then they stop and they block them. They can't enter anymore. And then they ask him, why did he eliminate Ji-hyo? And he said, it's because his 2 hints stated that it was an actor. The fake grandchildren was an actor. The fake A grandchildren was an actor. So he immediately thought it was Ji-hyo. But here's the thing, Jae-suk's hint meant a guy. Actor. He didn't. Ji-hyo's a girl. Her identity is a girl. And so the 3 of them end up in the guest house, and they're all waiting, and then a bad song, weird song plays, and they go, oh, immediately Sung-yu and Kwon Soo said, it's Jae-suk, and Jae-suk's like, 아니요, I'm a real grandchildren, so the 2 of you are fake. And then like Sung-yu immediately just like he forgot, and he goes, no, I'm not a fake grandchildren, when like his identity was a grandpa. So as they're arguing,
and he's just like trying to sell. The PDs will never make us the fake ones.
Yeah, and so like he started like arguing, and 2 of them step out, and Kwon Soo was left alone in the room while the rest of them were arguing outside. Kwon Soo noticed something different that was in that room, and then he saw a picture, and there was 2 grandparents on there, and the grandparents are not Sang-yu and Suyang, and there are a total of 7 grandchildren instead. So that's when it gets revealed to us that Kwangsu, the people that Kwangsu knew that were fake, were Soo-young and Sang-yu. Soo-young and Sang-yu are pretending to be fake grandparents to them. Their grandparents have not returned from the trip yet. So the two of them are faking, and they are helping one of the fake grandchildren. So Kwangsu calls over Kim Ja-kook to come and look at it, and then that's when like it got all like crazy. They're like, it's not everybody, it's only So-min and Ha, and you have to remember So-min is a guy. There's 2 guys and 1 girl, so Soo-young is 1, Sang-yu is 1, so one of them has to be a guy. So it's either Ha or So-min. And like So-min was standing right there, and they're like, oh, it could be her.
And they're like, oh.
And she goes, Anya, it's not me. And then we get to see Jae-soo chasing after Soo-young. And then he gets to Soo-young, he eliminates Soo-young, and she's calling for help. So everybody started coming to the scene. So-min ends up helping Jae-soo eliminate Soo-young, and Sang-yu comes out, and Ha immediately runs to Sang-yu and rips his name tag. So it got Ha and So-min to be in a situation where they don't know who's who, if they're real or fake, because the fact is that they both help eliminate the 2 that were fake to be grandparents.
Right.
So it led them to the last one where they're going to put those 2 on the pedestal, and they have to find out who is the actual fake grandchildren. And if they guessed it wrong between Ha and So-min, the fake grandchildren win. But if they guessed it right, the real grandchildren wins. So they started like contemplating, because a lot of things were happening throughout the episode. Like Soo-young ended up giving a hint to Ha in the beginning, and Sang-yu ended up giving a hint to So-min in the beginning. And so they were all
it
like,
made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. Like they were picking.
They probably schemed it.
Yeah, like they were like scheming and everything. And so they said that because Kwangsu is the real grandchildren, the most beloved grandchildren, he gets to make the final decision on who it is that is the fake one. So he's holding both their name tag, and he has to rip one only. And he goes and rips Ha, and it pops out, Ha is the fake grandchildren. Boom! So the real grandchildren wins. And Ha, Soo-young, and Sang-yu gets the water bomb penalty, but Ha gets to do the couple performance, and he gets one of the other Running Man members to be his partner. So to make it fair, there's a total of 7 pieces of paper. Whoever gets the X on there has to be Haha's partner to perform at Running Man fan meeting. So they give Kwangsu the first pick because he's the most beloved grandchildren. He passed. Sushin picks, pass.
His luck has
I know. Someone picks and pass. Yeah, and then there's only the 4 of them left, and so Jae-soo hands out 4 the last remaining cards to himself, Kim Ja-kook, Sipset, and Ji-hyo, and he said, the 4 of us, let's open at the same time. So they're like, Ha, to sit. Jae-soo is the chosen one. So Jae-soo and Ha will be performing a couple performances at the Running Man fan meet. So they are going to be doing one together.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's awesome.
So even though the real grandchildren win, Jae-soo still gets punished with Ha. And then we jump into the preview for episode 545. So
this one looks gonna be good.
We are actually very excited. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to it and hoping I want one. So Running Man members are finally making Running Man's fan meeting shirt that they will be passing out at the fan meeting and stuff like that. So each of them are going to be designing their own, and they're going to go through a race to see who will win. The person who wins this race, their design will be the one that will be used for their Running Man anniversary fan meet. So very excited for that.
Awesome.
It is not a shirt, it's like those jersey looking shirt. So yeah. They get to design it, draw it.
I hope it has a name tag on the back.
I know, me too.
Or all of their name tags.
I know, or something like that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Even if it's not their name tag, as long as it's like the Running Man name tag, like Running Man. Yeah.
Or maybe it's the winner, the person whose shirt won. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they would make it Running Man. It's more universal rather than let's say Jae-soo wins and everybody. I know everybody would love to have the Jae-soo.
What if they make it that you can buy name tags?
Oh my god,
any one of them.
I know. So
yeah, so it just has the name tag spot. That'd be awesome.
Right now, I'm like, oh my god, trying to find out if there's anyone out there who will be able to get these merchandise. Because I want some. I mean,
it might just be sold. It might just be sold on that day. at that event.
Yeah, but people buy a lot and they resell it. Shit, I'm willing to buy it. But yes.
I'll buy all 8 and 9, and then we'll put Caddy's name on one.
But yeah, that is it for this week's Running Man episode review. We do have reactions after this, so stay tuned in for that, and we will see you guys in the next Running Man episode. Bye.
See you guys.
Oh, this is the real one. He got the worst team.
He got the magnates and the fake magnet.
왜요? 어디가 물렸어? 꺼져. 뭐야? 오빠한테 무슨 얘기야?
Kill him! Kill him! Send that man to prison! Just so oh my god, it's the family photo. All the kids, the grandchildren on the top.
They're not their grandparents.
They're also the grandchildren. Oh shit!
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Oh shit! They didn't include the grandparents. They're fakes. You're redeemed. Oh my god.
Juicy, she's the only girl.
Gina would never get it. She's too damn lucky. Dang, Jason.
Ah!